like I can't change myself or my situation because of my children. It will hurt my children, or it will hurt my spouse, or it will hurt my romantic relationship partner, or it will hurt my family. You are not responsible for other people's reactions and responses to you changing your life and living the fullest, most purposeful life, or even you processing through things that happen to you or things that you're going through. You are not responsible for other people's reactions. You are not responsible for their responses to you or to the situation. You also cannot take them personally, because their responses to you and to the situation are deep-seated responses, built-in fear in themselves. Fear of not being able to do that themselves, or jealousy of not being able to do that themselves, or fear that they might have the same issues and that they might need to face them. You using other people as an excuse, saying, I can't leave this situation because it will hurt my spouse or it will hurt my children, and they are incapable of doing this without me, or me not being there traumatizes them or hurts them in a certain way, is not reasonable. And I'm going to tell you why. Because number one, you do not get to choose how the universe shares life lessons with other people. You don't get to control other people's life lessons and how they learn them. If your higher power, if the universe, whatever you choose to call it, God, I choose to call it God. So if God is directing me to do something that I feel like is going to cause distress for my child or for my friends or for my family, I automatically stop and go, that is not my responsibility. The universe has a lesson for me, and it also has a lesson for this other person. And I don't get to control how this other person learns this lesson. I also don't get to overinflate my importance in another person's life. And saying that another person cannot survive without me, or won't do as well without me, is ego. And that's abuse. Because what I'm doing is I'm assuming another person's weakness. I'm assuming another person's failure. I had a client say, I really want to leave my wife. I've wanted to leave her for 15 years, but I don't think she can make it without me. And that is assuming her failure. And that's not fair to the other person. You have not given the other person the opportunity to rise up and be who they could be. You may have, in relationships or in family relationships and family dynamics with your children, done everything for them and enabled them in a way that you feel like now you have caused this problem, or you have handicapped them in a way that causes them to be reliant on you and not be able to survive without you. And by continuing to buy into that, you have to understand that you are still robbing them of life lessons and assuming their failure. They don't know what they can do now, and you don't know what they can do. But by continuing the pattern and assuming that success is not an option, you are teaching them through your actions that you don't believe success for them is an option. If you've been directed by your internal compass, by your intuition, to leave a situation, that is the right time. You do not get to choose the time. You don't get to say, okay, I was told and I know this is the right thing, but I want to wait until my children are 18. I want to wait until retirement. I want to wait until this business deal goes through. I want to wait until the house is paid off. I want to wait until the car is paid off. I want to wait until we're debt free. I want to wait until my business is successful. I want to wait until my business fails. I want to wait for these certain things. That is you trying to control the timing. Universal divine timing is always the right timing, because that is the timing when God, the universe, higher power, intuition, whatever you want to call it, is trying to create a life lesson in you and another person. You not following divine timing also alters their timeline, because you are trying to control the lesson. And that keeps people from living their fullest, most abundant life. You are keeping you from living your fullest, most abundant life. And you are keeping the other people in this situation that you're using as an excuse from living their fullest, most abundant life because of fear. Fear that you can't make it on your own. Fear financially that things won't go well. Fear that you are damaging them in some way. Again, we learn our life lessons from hard times. We do not learn them from amazing times. We do not learn them when everything is going wonderfully and beautifully and perfect. We learn them in the hardest, toughest, gut-wrenching, heartbreaking times of our lives. We see what we are made of and who we really are and what we can really accomplish. Do not keep yourself from an amazing life lesson and from being able to rise up and show yourself what you are made of and show all these other people what you're made of. Do not rob other people of their life lesson and them being able to rise up and show you what they're made of, show themselves what they're made of, and really embrace what the universe has for them because of your fear. Don't use other people as an excuse because you're afraid. It all boils down to fear. People want to control things, but people control things out of fear. Okay? So this week, I want you to look at your life, and anytime you find an excuse for something, or that you have picked someone as your excuse, I want you to reach deep down and find out what fear that really is tapping on in your life. Because we need to learn to really find the root of these, find what the fear is, and look that fear directly in the face and say, no more. You do not scare me. I am bigger than this. I am better than this. And I am stronger than this. This week, this is what we're going to do. We're going to identify our fears and find our fears so that we can tackle them, turn them over, and look them dead in the eye and say no more. This week's theme is no more. No more will I be afraid. All right. I'm so thankful for you today, for following me and for sharing all these posts. I hope that you are feeling inspired. I hope that you will share with me in the comments what you are facing and what fears you are looking dead in the face, because the more we say them out loud and the more we shine light on them, the less power they have over us. All right, look those fears right in the face and say, hell no. Hell no, not anymore. Okay? Enjoy your week. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your life. And go out there and learn to enjoy your life and to pursue all your question marks and find answers, no matter the cost. Live your life without question marks. Come and join me next week for Wake Up Wednesday and invite all your friends. And if you are ready to tackle your fears and stop sleepwalking through life, contact me today for some amazing packages, and we will teach you how to reframe your fears. We will teach you how to push forward in your life and have the life of your dreams. Thank you again. See you next week.